air, water, and fire, the elements. This is spiritual. This is cosmological. Until we go back to who we are, we won't recognize this, and we'll keep being demonized by global white supremacy, demonized by psychopathic racists who control hip-hop. I'm saying this for a reason. I'm saying this because this is no longer our culture. Hip-hop is no longer our culture. Hip-hop has become, I'm going to tell you what it's become. It's become a bitch and a hoe for American psychopathic behavior and culture. Because the first thing they do is they blame hip-hop for what? They blame hip-hop for everything that's going on in the community. Somebody go out and kill somebody, they blaming a Tupac rap. As if killing didn't exist before so-called hip-hop.
Come on.
As if racism didn't exist. As if poverty didn't exist. As if all these aspects of inhumanity and insanity didn't already exist. We got to deal with this shit. Sex, the dehumanization, well, the flat-out feminization of the male. We got brothers walking around in pink shirts. Feminization. Let's make this clear. They're trying their best to take away the black manhood and to take away that warriorship and to take away that God and that goddess. We already dealt with what they do to the women in the videos, what they do to the women in hip-hop in general. We got to recognize it. I know it's a lot of different aspects of hip-hop, but we can easily put that under the construct of global white supremacy because we don't own any of it anymore. So we got to recognize that. We got to recognize what we have become because we've allowed foreign entities. We've allowed a social rearing. We've allowed this type of conformity. But we think hip-hop is ours. But we don't control anything. And this is not to disrespect anyone who is part of hip-hop. I know hip-hop from being on the street corner, on cardboards, before corporate America got involved with it. That shit is hip-hop. I know hip-hop when it was just about being on the street corner and rhyming. That's hip-hop. I know hip-hop in regards to fashion. That's hip-hop before corporate sponsorship got involved. I know what real hip-hop is. That's real hip-hop. Hip-hop that comes from your heart and your soul and your spirit. And you not tripping off of rhyming on 16 bars because you already know that everything is in sync with your heart energy. Everything is in sync with your chakras and your karma and so on and so forth. That shit is hip-hop and you can't put a price on hip-hop.
Right. That's right.
You can't put a price on it.
Say it.
Yeah.
We got to get back to that. We got to get back to our true essence before everybody and their mama start telling us what hip-hop is. Before the Asians start telling us what hip-hop is. Before the white boys start telling us what hip-hop is. Before everybody start writing their books, which they already are, about what hip-hop is, when hip-hop began, but they not include you. They're not talking to you about Kemet. They're not talking to you about Ta-Nehisi. They're not talking to you about nothing in the Nile Valley. As if it didn't exist. They're not talking to you about the dances. All of the dances that most definitely is African dances that have to do with spiritual concepts, spiritual principles, cosmology, had to do with agriculture, vegetation, things of that nature, paying homage to what allowed you to continue to live. That's hip-hop. That's why we dying today. Because we allowed a foreign entity to come in and give us hip-hop and tell us what it is. And now we barely surviving. We barely breathing as slaves. Hotep.